Yeah, I'm not gonna lie here. In that first half, Morocco were pretty poor. They were very poor, actually. It was a terrible half of Morocco. They didn't do anything. Canada had everything to them. So it honestly looks like the best African team were going to be out in the round of 16. Last year's fourth place would be out in the round of 16. But Canada just weren't clinical at all. Like, at all. They couldn't do anything. So then halftime came. It was 0-0. One team looked like that they wanted to win, and one team looked like that they got homesick and wanted to go home. Then, the second half comes around. Everything changes. And I mean, everything changes. Morocco get a goal. Okay. You know what? That's pretty good. And they get 2 goals, and it looked like that Canada weren't doing anything after that. I mean, yeah, they got 2 goals. Like, Morocco got 2 goals, but Canada weren't really putting up a fight at all in the second half. In that first half, it was so good for Canada and nothing for Morocco. And then in the second half, Morocco kind of just pulled up. He got a brace, and then in the 90th minute, you would think Canada wanted to do something in added time, and still no. Canada was doing nothing, and Morocco got a third one. And that is something. So now Morocco go through and will have to face off against Paraguay or France, which will be playing later today. Wow. Canada looked like they had it in the bag in the first half. And then they completely collapsed. I mean, what was that halftime talk for Morocco? It must have been the best halftime talk that a team could have possibly gotten, to go from probably the worst first half for a Moroccan side in a while, to then go to probably one of their best second halves in a while. They completely flipped the script, went from 0-0, looking bad, to 3-0 by the end of it. Wow. The other thing is, they'll probably have to face against France, who last tournament knocked them out, and this tournament looked like one of the best teams in the world. So, it's pretty bad for that. But hey, Morocco's had a very good run so far. And, they're not going to make it to the semis again. They're probably only going to make it to the quarterfinals. Unless Paraguay beats France. Yeah, they could probably go in the semifinals. But, yeah, it's pretty much done for Morocco. Yeah, they went through against Canada. Canada didn't really do anything. But at the same time, they have to face off against France next game. So, yeah. But, hey, at least they locked in for that second half. Or else it would have been Canada going right through. But they couldn't do it. Let's talk about Canada now. Because they looked so electric, speedy. The intensity was so high for that second half, right? I'm watching the players cry right now because the game just ended, right? They looked so good against Morocco. Morocco couldn't do anything. The only thing that stopped Morocco, the only thing that stopped Canada was Canada themselves. I mean, it was pretty shocking because they had a pretty good XG. They really should have done something. And they really should have done something, because just looking at their shots, looking at everything, they looked like the favorites to go through in the game, in the first half. And then after halftime, nothing went their way. They completely collapsed. And once again, their finishing was still off. They couldn't do it. They could barely even create chances. It was all Morocco. Morocco ran them down by a lot of that checks. Not all of them, but I mean, it was just very good game to watch. I'm not even gonna lie. I was entertained that match. probably one of the most entertaining matches I've had to watch. But yeah, very good game for Morocco, and very bad game for Canada.